What it do, what it do, what it do. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Most definitely hit that bell icon. It's a notification bell that alerts you all content. New channel that will hit your devices. Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up, the AKA the like button. YouTube appreciate that. S.L.R Media TV appreciate that. You're looking for the thumbs up. It's the three dots on the right hand side. Hit the three dots and you will see the thumbs up button. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I need all my future subscribers to double back and spin the block. Go to my second YouTube channel, S.L.R Sports News TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over there. All helps both of my channels grow, get more viewers, more subscribers. Pushes both of my channels further into the YouTube algorithm to get noticed. We on our way to 900 subscribers at S.L.R Sports News TV, and we just cracked the 4,000 subscriber mark at S.L.R Media TV. Hard work, dedication. Let's get applause to that. So you know what we doing now. We on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Let's go get this 5,000 subscribers. As I say, shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my future subscribers. You like the content that I do, make sure you hit that Cash App. $ all caps SRED 40. Appreciate everybody that continues to pour in on that Cash App. Continue to support the channel. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my future subscribers. You see the title. In Bryce Young, we trust Tampa Bay. Trust the process. Big game for Bryce. Big game for Bryce. Even more of a bigger game for Dave Canales. See, I told y'all. Everything is working according to plan for S.L.R. Oh, I'm going to get what I want. Yes. See, y'all think y'all going into 2026 season with Dave Canales and Bryce Young. It's not happening. See, when y'all going to learn? See, S.L.R. He's a genius. See, y'all drunk that Kool-Aid. You drunk it up real good and you kept going back for more and more and more. Now look at y'all. Look at you. Y'all are depending on beating Tampa Bay to get in. That's crazy. You just seen Seattle just beat the Rams. You think you're going to beat the Seahawks? If the Rams beat you, if the Buccaneers beat you Sunday, it's a wrap. It's already a wrap. Because I most definitely don't see the Carolina Panthers beating Tampa Bay. And see, I need these games like this so my message can break through. So y'all can be like, damn, S.L.R was right the whole time. Dave Canales is one of the worst head coaches in the NFL. I try to tell y'all, don't be blinded by the wins. Trust me. Watch the game. Watch the play calling. You can see for yourself. Just take out the wins. Take out the losses. Look at the play call selection. Then ask yourself, why are the Carolina Panthers at this record? If you're saying the quarterback is missing open wide receivers, why is that? Huh? Shouldn't the coach acknowledge that and alert that? Huh? Shouldn't the coach find other different different ways for Bryce Young, huh? Maybe the coach should be working towards Bryce Young's abilities, huh? Why is he trying to make Bryce Young a traditional quarterback? Hmm? Bryce Young can average 60, 60 yards rushing. Yeah, on the ground. But Dad Canals refused to use that. See, it's position. If you had that right head coach, facts. If he had the right quarterback, facts. If he had the right defensive coordinator. I told you before, I'm going to tell you again. You got to clean house, clean sweep. Bink, 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 bink. Gotta go. Gotta go. A clean sweep. No matter what the record is, just throw the record out. Go get the right head coach, the right quarterback, the right coaching staff. Carolina Panthers can be in the playoffs next year. But unless you got Dave Canales and Bryce Young, the Carolina Panthers are not going nowhere. Nowhere, no how. Don't even see it. S.L.R, I told you. We stand on business over here. We try to tell y'all. We are the Carolina Panthers content creators. Because you know why? Because we going to tell you like it is. We ain't going to sugarcoat none of this. And we don't sound like the rest of them content creators. All of them are what we call them, D-Riders. Yeah. Yeah. We told y'all we not picking no sides. We're not picking no sides. No coach, no quarterback, no. We want a clean sweep. We want a whole new coaching staff. Whole new quarterback. Yeah. And we ain't gotta be relying on beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, then losing to Seattle, and then beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What kind of bullshit is that? This team can't even. This team, listen. The Carolina Panthers don't even average 20 points per game. This is not a playoff team. Let me repeat. This team don't even average 20 or 25 points per game. This is not a winning football team. I'm just saying. Y'all over there hooting and hollering, crying and whining and shit. The fuck you hooting and hollering, crying and whining for? Y'all just knew once again. Y'all knew y'all was gonna beat the Saints. Stupid. That's so fucking stupid. Y'all believe in Dave Canales, Bryce Young that much? Y'all just knew y'all was gonna beat the Saints. Tyler Shug is a better quarterback than Bryce Young. Let's just be facts about it. Tyler Shug's a better quarterback than Bryce. S.L.R Moore is a better head coach than Dave Canales. Ty Bowles is going to rise up Sunday. Baker Mayfield is going to rise up Sunday. And they're going to end the hopes and the dreams of the Carolina Panthers this Sunday at the bank. Damn it. Cancel the hopes and dreams. It ends Sunday at the bank. It's over, Carolina Panthers. It will be over. For no done. It's over. Sunday at the bank. Ty Bowles, Baker Mayfield will rise to the occasion. I need regime change. I got to have it. I do not want to see Dave Canales or Bryce Young back next season. I don't give a damn what the rest of y'all say. Because I don't. I don't give a damn. Hold up. Let's smoke to it. Whatever you want, whatever you like. I don't give a. Sunday. 1 o'clock. As a matter of fact, check this out. Check this out. Listen. If this is a 1 o'clock game, I gotta look and see. That shows you the disrespect that the NFL has for the Carolina Panthers. If this is not a 4 o'clock game, this is a shame on the Carolina Panthers. That's what you get, poking your fucking chest out, thinking you missed the Billy Batty, and then you get your deflated. Now you're flat chested whining. Now look at you. Yeah. Told y'all can't handle no success at all. Can't handle a win. Can't take it a business like approach. You take a win and you take an inch, you want to take a mile with the win. Yep. That's why them losses come back even hurt you even worse. You got swept by the Saints. You don't deserve to be in the playoffs. I don't give a damn. You do not deserve to be in the playoffs. You got swept by the Saints. You will be easy money in the playoffs. At home, get crushed. Yeah. Y'all know damn well Dave Canales and Bryce Young is not a good combination. It cannot work. It will not work. And it won't work. Trust me. Somebody's going to get fired. You can't have both of them there. It's just not going to work. I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't want to believe me, but you're going to find out. You're going to find out. Don't you believe me right now? You will never, never, never know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I got Tampa Bay winning the division for the 5th time. 5 straight. I think it'll be about 5 straight? Yeah, I got Tampa. Shout out to Tampa Bay. One of my favorite cities. Yeah. Yep. Tampa, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button when you come to the channel. For sure, we will be going live Sunday for the game. Big time game. It's a playoff game. Pretty much the Carolina Panthers are already out because they lost to the damn Saints. So, we're going to see what's up.
Great power comes great responsibility. Great power comes great responsibility. Great power comes great responsibility. Great power comes great responsibility.
So I got on the phone and I said, I saw Bryce at the Super Bowl. You see a bunch of these guys at parties and such. So I saw Bryce and I said, I said, Bryce, remember when we were at the Super Bowl? I told you we were going to pick a quarterback, and I wasn't kidding. And I said, you want to trade in some sweet home Alabama for some sweet Carolina? So he was just excited. He was like, I don't know if you could see him on the screen. He was like a little tenseness in his face, but then he was like, you could feel him just like, I'm so happy, sort of thing through the phone.
Why did you guys?
Joined here by Coach Dave Canales. Coach Canales, welcome to Carolina. You said you want to build a contender here in Charlotte. What's that going to look like in year one?
Year 1, year 3, year 6, play great defense, run the ball, great things come off of it, be crazy about taking care of the football. That's the style of football we got to play. Special teams, screaming down the field with attitude, looking for those guys who are going to contribute on all phases, and really building that brand, that style of football with great effort, great enthusiasm, great toughness, and really a smart football team, exposing them to some situations as we build this.
Last year with the Buccaneers, you got to play against Bryce Young twice. What was your assessment of him as a quarterback? And you talked a lot about complementary football.
Yeah.
How would you like to surround an offense that complements what he's good at here in Carolina?
Bryce, accurate, courageous, resilient. I thought he saw some great challenges this year. And then just going forward, just making it about the basics, making it about him just doing his part. And if he can just be focused on that, he'll put us in a position, we'll all be in a position to be successful.
Joined now by the new general manager of the Carolina Panthers, Dan Morgan. Heading into free agency, what do you see as some of the Panthers' biggest needs? Is it shoring up the offensive line, a big-bodied wide receiver? What are some of the big holes you're hoping to fill this offseason?
Yeah, we're still going through that. We're still talking it through, and I talked about alignment and communication. We're going to have a lot of talks about the roster and where we need to improve here in the next 2-3 months. We're going to have a lot of hours in the draft room, going over free agency, going over the college players, and I'm excited about it. But we need to bring the right type of players in here.
Last question for me. You're someone that obviously played a number of years here in Carolina. You know how passionate this fan base can be. They're really yearning for a team that they can really get behind. How important is that to give this city something to root for and kind of make black and blue more than just the team colors, get back to that way of playing hard defense?
Yeah, it's very important. Obviously playing here for 7 years, and my kids were born here. My wife's from here. We care deeply about this organization and about winning. And I'm going to do everything in my power, roll up my sleeves, get to work, and put a lot of hours in to help make that happen.
Yeah, obviously I'm in on the Panthers this year. The way they closed the season is the key. The end of the season last year, the way Bryce Young was playing, he was playing like a literal top 7, maybe even top 5 quarterback at the end of last season. That's how good it was. And he was doing it. It wasn't like he was doing it only against bad defenses. He did it against the Eagles. He did it against the Chiefs last season. You see the confidence growing in Bryce Young. He finally has his X receiver, and he's not throwing to Xavier Leggett as his main receiver now, who can't catch anything. He's got Tedero McMillan in there. The offensive line is great. Chuba Hubbard's going to run for a ton of yards this year. Bryce is going to have a lot more time in the pocket. This, honestly, I'm actually not worried about the Panthers' offense right now for the first time in a minute. It really comes down to, can this defense become a top 20 defense? That's what it boils down to. It's that. Because if you're going to be the worst defense in the history in the NFL, then guess what? Yeah, you're going to stink. You're not going to win. You're not going to the playoffs. You're not going to be a 500 team. No team is going to win being the worst defense in NFL history. But I think this Panthers defense becomes an average defense. I think Bryce Young becomes that guy. We're going to see all this revisionist history. Everyone's going to pretend they didn't say negative things about Bryce Young and didn't say he was a bust and should go out the window and all this stuff.
We
Once
never
he
said
starts
that,
balling
right?
out, all of a sudden, the C.J. Stroud stuff's going to go a little downhill. All of a sudden, you're going to see Bryce Young talked about way more. Love this Panthers team. They're winning 10 games. They're winning the division.
When you talk about Bryce Young, the way they closed the season, finished 5-12, but it was the second half play of Bryce Young that has led to a lot of optimism for the Carolina Panthers heading into the 2025 season, particularly those last 3 games for Bryce Young, where he had 7 touchdowns, no interceptions to lead the NFL. I had spoke to Dave Canales throughout the offseason about how Bryce handled last year, obviously getting benched for Andy Dalton earlier in the year, but his mentality never changed. His leadership, the way he prepared, even though he was the backup, that resonated with his teammates. So when he took back over in the second half of the year and found some success, they won 5 games, obviously, to close the year. They also had 3 different leads in the fourth quarter. They went toe-to-toe with the Chiefs and with the Eagles, so it built a lot of confidence and added a lot of credibility for Bryce in that locker room. And you see him here at practice. He's talking with the receivers, talking with his linemen, talking with other members of the defense, trying to show that leadership and build on what they had last year. Specifically on the field, I asked what led to the change and some of that success last year. Obviously, we talked about the mentality, and in speaking to people throughout the building, a lot of the success we saw last year was Bryce's confidence and the timing rhythm, getting through the second, the third, the fourth progressions, all the way through the checkdowns. Obviously, they're building these these concepts for individual plays, but you have to have the reps in order for practice and game reps to get to those secondary options, and Bryce Young felt comfortable with that as we head forward to 2025. As far as training camp goes, in talking to Coach Canales a little before practice, they had a great start to training camp, scaled back a little bit yesterday. They're expecting to fly around today. They'll be working on red zone. What they've been talking about is the energy, the effort, the culture that they've built here. They don't have fans. They're doing construction for a field house to have an indoor facility here, so they're bringing that juice themselves. They're feeding off one another. J.C. Horn, one of the linchpin in that. He talks on defense. He talks to the offense, really gets the practice going. So the Panthers 2025 training camp underway. There you see the quarterbacks, Bryce Young, Andy Dalton, and company. We'll have much more on the Panthers throughout the day.
It's not that shabby, to tell you the truth. Listen, it's pretty good. It's all building process. And look, we'll see where we go. We'll see what happens. But we do think, as I said, Canales, Morgan, Tillis, and everybody here in the whole organization, I think we're building something special in Carolina. And we've been building it outside in the community, and we're building it on the field. So it's a total picture. And hopefully we can go on, and we have that for many years here. And that's what we're looking for.
Day to day with me.
When did it start bothering you, Icky?
During the game.
Was it before halftime?
Well before halftime.
Well before halftime. Okay. How do you kind of weigh the pain versus wondering if potentially you're a liability when you play throughout a whole game?
I mean, that's kind of something you got to work through, throughout the week. Kind of answering those sort of questions, and I just trust my training staff and trust everybody that's out there helping to try to protect me.
On the flip side of that, how do you weigh the pain versus knowing the Sunday is essentially a playoff game?
Yeah, those are all factors that go into my decision that ultimately I have to make.
Did you have an MRI or?
Yeah, I did.
Was everything good?
Shoot, I mean, There was an MRI. I don't know what to say about that one.
Can you share what's going on?
And I'm gonna keep that sort of stuff in house. But like I said before, I just treating myself day to day right now.
Can you say which knees impacted?
I don't want to. You know what I mean? So maybe the information will come out later on. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to keep it as broad as I can.
You said well before halftime, so you played the majority of the game pretty banged up.
A little banged up, yeah.
One of the biggest markers for me, for any head coach, is how your team looks after a bye week. I don't need another presser. I don't need another post-game interview. I don't need none of that. And I feel like it's starting to become a habit with him, time management and situational football. Too often in this Saints game, I felt like, first down wasn't working in our favor, and I want to give respect and kudos to the other side. I felt like they hooped. But too many times I felt like we were behind the change. In the entire second half, it felt like we were playing not to lose. And I know this brother isn't aggressive. I know he's on the more conservative side. But it just felt like the other side knew that and took every advantage of it. And it blew my mind. Derrick Brown got a late hit on the quarterback, and I was like, what's Derrick Brown doing in coverage anyway? It's like the brother's allergic to man sometimes. Like, this bend don't break can't always be there, bro. Let our dudes lock up. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be disappointed. But until that paper says eliminated, stop saying the season is over. None of us are happy. None of us find that performance on the field today acceptable. You got 24 hours to be mad. Get done. Get it over with. Come Tuesday morning, we have to lock in for Tampa. This is like the 7th week in a row the season has been over with. And it's just not our fan base. It's just like every week you lose and people like season's over. And I'm like, no, until you see that eliminated sign on your team, it ain't over. Be mad. Be ready in 24 hours.
JC, Dave said that the back end was completely disjointed as far as communication and things on that game time drive. What did you see back there?
On the game time drive, that's when they was going tempo. They were just going tempo, and they was catching us in the same call, damn near the whole drive, and they was just getting easy completions. We was in zone, and that's just how it played out.
I want to know your thoughts on Lathan's penalty that he got, and then also, I don't know if you know, but Tyler Shucks said he sold the injury at the end so that they could get a timeout to save some time to get that field goal off.
Yeah, it's a hard play for Lathan, especially in that situation where every yard matter at that point when they're trying to kick a game-winning field goal, and he kind of slid late, so Lathan come up BSing and miss a tackle or whatever, he able to just scramble for 4-5 more yards and kick 3. So he was in a tough situation, but it's more than that one play that lost us the game.
What about selling the injury at the end? Is that something you see in the league?
Yeah, I think he did it on Derrick's flag that he got too with the roughing and passer. Like he laid out, he
kind of a flop.
And was right back in the game. So I don't know if that's what they coaching quarterbacks to do or what, but I mean it's smart on their part.
JC, on that disjointed comment.
Next question.
You guys, I was going to ask you about what
next question.
Why is that? You guys said October.
You were tweeting BS.
About what?
Talking about me and Mike did not talk, bro. We was more so mad that we was ruined our playoff chances almost, or made it harder on ourselves. We ain't ducking nothing. Yeah. So next question.
I was going to say, since October, you guys haven't put back-to-back wins together. And the inconsistency. What do you attribute that to?
Just execution and focus. Like the coach said, just having the right mindset to execute at winning time. I feel like that was a game that we had for 3 quarters. We was playing dominating football defensively, and we just in the last 2 drives it got away from us. So we just got to do better at executing and communicating.
their quarterback feels a little overwhelmed. But I have a ton of respect for Bryce Young. If you're 5'9" and 185 pounds and you can play in the SEC and the NFL, you're a tough motherfucker. Problem is, he's just not that good. We will never see a guy his size ever drafted number 1 again. Honestly, drafting a guy 5'9", 185 pounds in an NFL draft at quarterback is borderline insanity. And you're watching him play, you're just like, his coach isn't helping him out. It doesn't feel like anyone knows what's going on. And I'm thinking to Dave Canales, are you guys practicing? When I draft you in the first round, I have to decide after the 3rd year whether to pick up your 5th year option. And to me, it's an easy answer with this guy. It's a no.
Is David Tepper around? Does he still own the team?
We haven't heard from him.
Direct correlation.
Haven't heard from him. Don't hear from him at all. He's not taking hats off of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
He's not throwing drinks at anybody. We don't have any reports about him meddling. The only thing that we see is the occasional social media video of Dave Canales giving the rah-rah speech after a victory, and Tepper's in the background somewhere.
Yeah, that's typical. That is typical NFL owner behavior.
I will give him credit. It feels weird to say. Weird to say. I know. It feels weird. No, I will give him credit. Like my whole thing about Tepper has been, philosophically, I've always understood the diversity of thought process. Ultimately, you just had the classic too many cooks in the kitchen type thing, too many chefs in the kitchen. You decided to let Dan Morgan do everything he wanted to do. He hires a guy that he's familiar with. Dave Canales hires all of the staff that he's familiar with. And you keep the defensive staff, which was the only stable thing in the whole Frank Reich era, was the defensive staff. Everybody was on the same page. Dom Capers, Avero, they all worked together. So you keep the only stable thing back. That's cool. Yeah. So now you're just letting them all do their thing. And it takes a little time, but we're going in the right direction. And that's where I'll give David Tepper some credit. I haven't heard from him. I'm not asking to hear from him, Joe. I'm cool with how much I'm hearing from him right now.
Bryce Young is a different quarterback when the second half of the season comes around. I said it a couple weeks ago, and I'll say it again. Young just brings you right back in when you're on your way out. What a performance by him. 15 of 20, over 200 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and an upset win over the Los Angeles Rams. He was cooking on 4th down too. Shout out Dave Canales for the aggressive play call. Beautiful ball to Coker for a score. It was also on Emmanuel Forbes, who has had a pretty solid year this year, but he was getting cooked this game, man. A great route from Coker, nice release, then he stacks him, and a beautiful ball from Bryce Young again. Now we're on to another 4th down and another great play from Bryce Young. Goes through his progressions, finds Tedarrell McMillan, a beautiful ball over Forbes again. I mean, dude, look at him point at the camera. That is a perfectly thrown ball, a layered ball as well. Cameraman didn't even know where he was going to throw the ball. Look at that. Got to give a shout out to the Panthers defense and forcing multiple turnovers from Matthew Stafford, Derek Brown with the most crucial one. And on 3rd down to end the game, Bryce Young to Jalen Coker over the middle of the field. This game is over. What a game from Bryce Young.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Most definitely hit that bell icon, that's notification bell that alert you all content that we drop to my YouTube channel. Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up, the aka the like button. YouTube appreciate that. S.L.R Media TV appreciate that. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Carolina Panthers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Sunday. We will be going live. Make sure you share the live. Make sure you tell everybody, tap in. We're going live Sunday for the game, big time game. Carolina Panthers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who you got? I got Tampa Bay winning 34-10. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Carolina Panthers, Carolina Panther Nation. Stand up, keep pounding. I'm out.
Great power comes great responsibility. 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 Great power comes great responsibility.